23.
Okay, well, it doesn't look like it was filed until 25. That's what I want to check with.
Yeah, I had reached out a few times about the ticket and they never got back to me. But they had sent something in the mail. I no longer live in Kansas, by the way, but they had sent something in the mail for me to show up to the court today. So I did.
Well, I'm looking at a document called an information. That's the charging document signed by Jared Regier. And it reads, on or about the 15th day of August, 2023 in Butler County, Kansas, Liliana Alexandra Bustos did then and there unlawfully operate a motor vehicle on a highway of the state without having a valid driver's license in violation of KSA 8235A, no valid driver's license, a Class B non-person misdemeanor. So it alleges August 15th of 23, but it was not filed until September 4th of 2025. Mr. Regier, that is within the statute of limitations, I believe.
And that is the state's position as well, Your Honor.
Yes, yeah.
All right, so is that what you're admitting, Ms. Bustos?
Yes.
That you were driving on that date in Butler County without a valid license?
Yes.
Was that a yes or I guess?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want you guessing. Okay. There was an affidavit filed September 4th of 25 also, which is basically your citation that says this happened Southwest Butler Road and Southwest 123rd Street in Butler County. Is that what that means, Mr. Regier?
One moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, where this case proceeded to trial, I am in a position to supplement the record on the issue of jurisdiction if the court wishes.
Well, I just want to make sure I understand where you're alleging she drove, not only for purposes of jurisdiction, but for her to confirm or deny.
Your Honor, the state's information is that the ticket refers to an intersection at Southwest Butler Road and Southwest 123rd Street. The state's information is that is in Butler County between Andover and Rose Hill city limits.
Okay, thank you. And Miss Bustos, does that sound like where you were stopped, where you were driving and the officer stopped you?
I'm sorry. It just logged me out. I don't think my connection is good.
You're back. You're back. Okay. So is that where you were driving without a license back in 23 was at the intersection of Southwest Butler Road and Southwest 123rd Street between Rose Hill and, what'd you say, Andover, Mr. Regier?
That is the state's information, Your Honor.
You agree that that's where you were driving without a license?
Yes, it was an intersection. I'm not sure what the road was because I'm not from Butler or Andover over there. I live in Wichita, or I did live in Wichita, but I know it was an intersection that I had just turned on.
Okay. All right. So you're not objecting to that. You don't know for sure, but you don't object that that's where, if the officer said that's where it was, do you believe that's where you were?
Yes.
All right. I will find that I have jurisdiction and that the defendant acknowledges and admits she was somewhere in Butler County, not knowing the exact roads. But the supplemental information does convince the court that I have jurisdiction. I do accept the defendant's plea as well as her waiver as counsel is freely and voluntarily entered. Previously finding that she's waived her right to attorney, and the record will reflect that, and now finding that she did violate KSA 8-235, driving without a license, that is freely and voluntarily entered. You said you pled guilty, right, Ms. Bustos?
Yes.
Okay. And I believe there is Mr. Regier, recommendations for sentence on this.
Yes, Your Honor, the state is prepared to recommend a $100 fine that the court impose appropriate court costs and a non-reporting probation of 6 months. The state is recommending a suspended jail sentence of 120 days, given the nature of this offense. Additionally, the state's understanding that the statutory requirements of KSA 21-2501 subsection B are outstanding in this matter. State's information is that the defendant does appear pursuant to a summons previously filed with the court in September of this year.
All right. So you live in Wichita, Ms. Bustos. Where do you work?
I do not live in Kansas anymore.
Oh, you don't? Where do you live
No,
now?
ma'am. I live in Texas.
Okay. Do you work in Texas too?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I work at a nursing home. It's called the
Alright.
Shoal.
Okay. Well, at this time, I'm going to order that you pay a fine of $100 and court costs of 108. So the total owed is 208. If you need some time to pay that, I can give you time, 30 days, 60 days, a little more if you need it,
Um,
90
I
days.
would, maybe the 90 days would be good.
All right, 90 days to pay. And then I'm going to give you an actual jail sentence of 120 days, but that will be suspended. You will not have to serve that as long as you successfully complete a 6-month non-reporting probation. That means you don't have to see a probation officer, but you are still on probation with the state of Kansas for 6 months from today.
Okay.
To be successful and not get that revoked and not have to go serve that 120 days, the first condition of probation is violate no laws during the next 6 months. So violate no laws. The next one is pay within, you said you need 120 days?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe I think you said 90, but I'll give you 120. And make sure you call the clerk of the district court to find out the different ways to pay.
Okay.
The Butler County Clerk of the District Court. This is the district court, not the county court. District Court is 316-322-4370. 316-322-4370.
Okay.
Now the complicating issue for you, maybe number 3 condition, is that if you have not posted a bond, you will need to be what they call processed. I'll need to take your picture and prints. You won't have to post a bond because your case is resolved. But Deputy Throckmorton, I don't see that she has posted a bond. Do you?
Not that I see.
All right, so you're going to have to go into a breakout room when I let you go here with this officer and set up a time to get your picture and prints taken. So that means you're going to have somebody with a legal license drive you in a legal car, tags, insurance, and so forth, to El Dorado to get that done. Because that is a condition number 3 of your probation. And if you violate any of these conditions, the probation could get revoked. You could have to come up here and sit in a jail in El Dorado, Kansas for 120 days. So I don't want to see that, and I know you don't either.
Okay. Do
All
I have
right.
a certain amount of time where I can go down there and get my fingerprints and pictures done?
That's what you're going to talk with court security about. You have to do it whenever he ultimately will tell you the final date. He'll work with you on your schedule, but whatever he says ultimately is the rule when you have to do it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
Now
you.
look for that invitation. And Jen, if you would put court security 2 and Miss Bustos in a breakout room. There they go. We'll now take up Cabral on the record in BU 2025 TR 1787, State of Kansas versus Abelardo Cabral. Jared Regier for the state. Mr. Cabral, are you here? Yes, sir.
Yes,
Can you hear
ma'am.
me?
Yes, I'm here.
Pronounce your name for me, please, both first and last.
Abelardo Cabral. But you can call me Abel
Okay, thank you.
if that
I'll
works.
probably call you Mr. Cabral, just,
That works. Yeah.
okay, thank you. Oh, and I just clicked off of your name for some reason.
Just remember
Oh.
Cain and Abel.
That's what I thought of when you said that, yes. Okay, so Mr. Cabral, you're here on one count of the allegation of the state that you failed to yield to emergency vehicle in Butler County on July 22nd of this year, 2025. That is a traffic infraction. It has a hefty fine of $195 plus 108 court costs. I believe that totals about $303. The fact that you're here makes me wonder, are you wanting a trial on this, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We will, and someone talk to you about the diversion program, but you weren't interested in that?
I was interested, but I believe they told me it couldn't be possible because of the type of
Docket's very-
infraction this was.
Okay. All right. Well, let's set your bench trial. And when will it be, Jenna?
Your Honor, bench trial is February 11th at 1:30.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's going to be a ways off. February 11th at 1:30. Different Zoom codes. So if you haven't gotten those within a day or two of court, call the clerk and get those because you can't appear by Zoom. You can also come to the courthouse if you want, but you can't appear by Zoom, sir.
Okay.
Anything else from you, Mr. Cabral?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Regier, anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll be in recess on Cabral. Mr. Cabral is excused from today's hearing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We'll now be on the record in Churchill 2025 TR 2025, State of Kansas versus Laura Mae Churchill. Jared Regier for the state. Laura Mae Churchill, are you here? I don't see her. Laura Mae Churchill. No liability insurance, no registration or expired tag. I had an alias summons that went out December 5th. Looks like it was unserved.
Your Honor, may I confirm one final matter, please?
Please do.
Your Honor, this is a case where it would appear that an alias summons was filed with the court on December 5th. As of today's date, the state is not aware of any returns of service on that same alias summons being filed with the court. If the court wishes to set this matter over and while granting my office leave to issue a pluri summons for a date certain later on another docket, the state has no objections.
Class B, no insurance, expired tag. 6 months ago or thereabout. I'm more inclined to say bench warrant because I'm not sure. You've tried twice to serve her with summons and that hasn't worked. If you think you can get her again with the glorious summons, I'll go with that, but I don't know if you can.
Your Honor, the state's information is that the alias summons filed with the court does appear to refer to a different address to the initial summons in this matter. So again, the state will defer to the court as to how it wishes to proceed.
Well, I'm going to give you your preference. Do you want the summons again, or do you want a bench warrant? Because I could go with either one.
State has no objection to a pluri summon given the particular facts of this matter, Your Honor.
All right, that will be granted. We need a new date then, Jen, for first appearance. Jenna, if you could give me a new date.
Yes, Your Honor. For first appearance, we would have March 11th.
Let's do March 11th, Mr. Regier at 9 a.m.
Very good, Your Honor.
And then next time, if you don't get her, I think we're going to have to do a warrant. All right, being in recess on Churchill, we'll now take up Clark on the record in BU 2023 TR 3089, State of Kansas versus Nicholas Christopher Clark. Gerald Regier for the state. Nicholas Clark, are you here?
I believe you already done that, Judge.
I did? Oh, yeah, you're right, I did. Do have an X on that. I didn't think I did. All right, let's take up Clayton. Thank you, Deputy. On the record in BU 2025 TR 2125, State of Kansas versus Angela Nicole Clayton. Jared Regier for the state. Angela Nicole Clayton, are you here? Angela Nicole Clayton fails to appear. She was to appear today on a citation and uniform notice to appear, served by the officer to appear this 10th day of December 2025 at 9 a.m. And she fails to do so on operating without registration or expired tag and defective tail lamp. Mr. Regier, recommendations?
Your Honor, this is a case where an amended information was filed with the court in September. That same amended information would appear to retain count 1, an unclassified misdemeanor, while dismissing count 2, an infraction. If the court is satisfied on all counts, the state is recommending a bench warrant, $500 cash or surety.
The court does order a bench warrant with bond set at $500 cash or surety. Being in recess on Clayton, we'll now take up Clendon, BU 2025 TR 2273, State of Kansas versus Lily Grace Clendon or Clendon. Is she with you, Deputy?
She is.
All right, so Jared Regier for the state, defended in person and pro se. And how do you pronounce your last name, please?
Clendenin.
Clendenin. Okay. Oh, I see there's an I in there too. Okay, Ms. Clendenin, you are charged with count 1, speeding 55 in a 40. That is a traffic infraction. It has a scheduled fine of $75, but no jail time. And then you're charged in count 2 with violation of restrictions on your driver's permit. I believe it's alleged that you were driving alone without a person next to you as required on your learner's permit. This is a misdemeanor. And it could have a fine of up to $2,500 or $250, 30 days, and a driver's license, 30, let me say that again. Penalties are a $250 fine and a 30-day driver's license suspension. Do you intend to hire an attorney? I cannot, the penalties aren't severe enough to consider appointing, but you can either hire an attorney or waive your right and represent yourself. How do you wish to, how do you wish to proceed on the issue of attorney?
I do not wish to hire an attorney.
All right. You know you can though, is that right? Do you know that? Okay. Is anyone making you give up your right to an attorney?
No,
No one's forcing you or promising you something if you do?
no.
All right, then I will have the record reflect that you've knowingly and voluntarily waived your right to counsel. And we'll proceed with how you want to plead to count 1, speeding 55 in a 40, or do you want to look into diversion?
No.
Do you understand diversion would allow you to keep this off your record if you qualified and paid the amounts required?
Diversion, say yes.
So yes.
You do want to, I don't understand yes and no. Which one do you want? You want to look into diversion?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, it looks like you, so you have to go online to BUCO ks.com. Look for diversion and it'll tell you what the requirements are. And it'll have an application. You'll have to fill out that application in full. Submit it by internet with your payment, your initial payment. There are 2 stages of payments. One to apply. And then if they approve your diversion, they're going to send you a contract through the mail, the US mail, in a couple of weeks. If you don't get a response in the mail, call the county attorney and ask him about it. Because you have to sign that contract and send it back with a payment and do whatever they want you to do during the period they give you. But if you succeed in doing what the requirements are, you can get both these charges dismissed. So, Jenna, when would be a good diversion review?
Your Honor, March 11th at 9 a.m.
All right, March 11 at 9 a.m. You either need to be diverted or come back here to court. So do you understand you have to apply and then you have to sign back, get a contract and send it back and do whatever it says?
Yes.
Okay. And unless the county tells you otherwise, you better be back here March 11 at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll be in recess until March 11 at 9 a.m. and you don't need to be processed, so you may go at this time.
You're good to go.
Thank you.
Judge, I have 4 more people here if you want to take them up.
Do you have Dylan Coffey by chance?
No. I
All
don't.
right. Who do you have?
I
I'm
have
here.
Stacy Sublette.
I'll come back to you, Mr. Coffey.
Stacy.